That is right, ladies and gentlemen. On June 17th, 2025, Bungie has officially announced that Marathon will be delayed. While the new release date has yet to be specifically determined, this is finally, a fucking win for Marathon and its development story. Now, let's point out the obvious. The game is far from perfect, nor is it innovative to the extraction shooter genre. Had the game not been delayed, the future of Marathon is extremely grim. I would actually say that remains the case, especially since there is still an unemployed audience having the need to provide absolutely nothing to both society and the developers. But I simply ignore, pity, and scroll past these average 30-minute pace mile runners. I know, it's an extremely difficult skill that not everyone can achieve. After the closed alpha playtest, everyone, and I mean everyone and their dogs, essentially were begging Bungie to delay the game since it clearly needed more time. I've made a video that compiled my thoughts and opinions after my playthrough of the closed alpha playtest, and I can 110% confirm that the game has a foundation that can be built upon. What I expect from this delay is that the Marathon dev team will be polishing the overall gameplay while simultaneously providing where the narrative story will be heading at launch. I don't expect any major quality of life changes, but who knows? Many features can definitely change now that there is more time given. Just look at Arc Raiders with its Tech 2 test. That test was the product of 6 additional months of development. The results showed that the game plays and looks incredible. Marathon needs that level of change to reignite the excitement, whether it's shown in their next gameplay previews, playtests, trailers, or even Vidocs. On top of the delay announcement, Bungie seems to be hiring more developers for Marathon. It only took an art raid for Bungie to understand that hiring more developers instead of laying them off would benefit the company and its game's future. Surprise Pikachu face. The concept of hiring instead of layoffs for modern day Bungie is a massive win. Yes, I'm talking to you, Pete Parson, and the other Bungie leadership cowards. I don't expect a complete 180 of the game's direction with this potential new hires. Marathon will always remain an extraction shooter and not a single player game. Sorry, Muffin Top, you might want to sit down for this one before your clogged arteries put you into cardiac arrest. I also don't expect the core gameplay to shift any differently. More specifically, the removal of hero base to class base. I do expect that with more hands on the project, the Marathon dev team will deliver finely polished gameplay, reasonable amount of content at launch, the sense of mystery, and formally develop legs to stand, walk, and ultimately run till however long Bungie plans to milk the Marathon franchise. That is easier said than done. In the Marathon development news article, the dev team already addressed certain features that they plan to focus on. Some of these focuses are, quote, more challenging and engaging AIs, a darker tone that delivers on the theme of the original trilogy, and proximity chat so social stories can come to life. These are very crucial, fundamental, and a fantastic start to focus on. However, these should have been the bare minimum, honestly. I am beyond the level of forgiveness at this point. And of course, there are more issues to attend to, but only time will tell. In addition, Bungie plans to announce more news on Marathon as well as the new release date later this fall. Some, myself included, speculate that the new release date will be before, but most definitely, by March 2026, since Sony has Marathon scheduled to be in their fiscal year 25 portfolio of live service games. With this delay announcement, potential increase in developer team, combined with Sony now having involvement on the project to prevent another Concord situation, expectations of the finished product are only going to be higher. We will just have to wait and see what the Marathon dev team have been working on since the closed alpha playtest in fall 2025. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below, and remember, stay civil.